Two, one. We are live.
Good night, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Peaches and Dream.
The broadcast info. Let me see. Okay, I have everything on here. All right.
Had to do that intro. What the heck? I do not like this update. I'm sorry.
Well, iPhone updates.
Yes, because I was just trying to copy and paste the link so that this way I could go on about my business. And this thing is when I paste it, it's giving me an alert letting me know that I just pasted something as if I'm not aware that I just pasted something because that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I'm cool with the whole iPhone thing. I'm good.
Like what? WhatsApp pasted from Facebook. Like, why are you telling me what I just did? I know that. You freaking snitch.
Okay. Well, let's get into. Oh wait, let me go ahead and make this public.
Yes, go ahead and work on that.
Damn, where'd she go?
Oh no, I'm here. Sorry about that. My sister, she needs a link for some things. I need to find it and send it to her. I wonder which phone she sent it on. That's bad, right? I can't figure it out. I think it's the other phone. Okay, let me go back. All right, did you make it public? Because I was waiting for you to do that so that I can go and do my part and press the share button. Make sure you hit that share button. Okay, ready? So we can get into the topic.
Share.
Ooh. Meg the Stallion, ooh, that girl got some strong legs. Y'all seen that video, right? She got that little rock that she been doing.
And she tall as hell. But then
Ooh,
Tory Lanez with his hating horny ass, he go send out a tweet talking about something you
but you can't
shaking
take
for the
dick
gram.
though.
Yeah.
No, so she can't take dick though. I'm like, so at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong if she likes to dance and she don't have to be dancing on dick. She could dance on that without. I mean, she could dance like that without the dick, and she's popping. Like shit, I'm celibate, and I was practicing that shit. I was like, hey.
No,
I don't.
he just mad because she ain't dancing on his dick. That's
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 what I'm
that's
saying.
the
Like, even if she can't take dick, like me, I like to dance. I like to quote unquote twerk and shake this ass because that's an exercise. You know that, right? It's an exercise.
hmm
So I be shaking all this. And at the end of the day, I'm not having sex. I ain't doing that and I ain't doing all of that when I am having sex. So what's your point, sir? She can't take dick. Like maybe your dick was too big, or maybe it's too. I don't know. Maybe it's too something. Shit.
hmm
It's too something for her because she can't take your dick. I'm sure she could take other people's dick. Of course. Nah, don't like I'm not a Meg fan like that, but I think I'm becoming a Meg fan because when I be like how strong them legs are, I'm like, nah, sis is something else. Sis is something else. And then she posted her cousin doing the dance too. I'm like, damn, that shit run in the family.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Hmm I got it on my story. Go watch my story. Don't watch my story now. Watch it later.
What she was trying to do the rock?
I did the rock, bitch.
No, oh, excuse me. Yes, that's all I gotta be.
I did. He was like, you, you know I'm a Virgo. I figured that shit out. I need to practice some more, but I got it. I got it. I got that. Okay, let me go share. You see, I got so sidetracked just now. That don't make no sense. Oh yeah. Let me know when you're ready to do the rundown of the topics. Yo, I'm gonna talk shit tonight. I'm sorry. And then I have a drink. Just blame it on the liquor because I gotta say some shit tonight, especially with that Vlad shit. Some people brought this up too. I think it was Lovely T and that guy she was with. Oh,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
getting it. I
Well,
can't wait to get into the topics. That's what I'm saying.
let's
I'm like, I'm ready now.
let's get into the Vlad stuff first since I have it listed first.
Okay. So basically, you want to give a recap of what's going on with that Vlad situation? There are two separate Vlad situations, by the way. One directly, I mean, one involving Casanova, and then one involving directly Vlad and just boycotting that
Well,
shit.
Vlad is the Illuminati, so let's just get that out the way. What?
Honestly, the thing is that I don't know. Like, you know how you hear shit? It's like I don't like saying shit that I don't believe in. Like, I mean, I can't say that I don't believe in it. It's like this. Somebody that never seen ghosts is gonna think that ghosts ain't real, but somebody that's seen a ghost before gonna tell you ghosts is real. You understand? So when people say the
Well,
Illuminati, I'm like, what proof is there that there really, really is an Illuminati? But upon my research, I feel like there might really be an Illuminati, but I don't like accusing people of it because it's like, what if I get fucking, what if we, our shit bust tomorrow? Well, when I say bust, that's like a Jamaican term for when your shit like go viral, right? Basically, right? People gonna be like, oh, they part of the Illuminati, that's why.
well, who the fuck am I gonna sacrifice?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so when people like, that's why I don't like, because some people have success and they really just work hard for their shit. Like,
Yeah, but I think he might have sacrificed his dad. Now he's an now he's an agent. Now he's a fucking agent. So Vlad,
Mm,
he's an Illuminati agent. So there, I
oh,
said it. Vlad is an Illuminati agent.
I mean, it's possible, but hey, I need some solid proof.
His show.
We're gonna talk about. I'm annoyed. Okay, let's just
Okay,
do a
let's get
rundown of
let's
the topics of what we're gonna be talking about tonight, and then we're gonna go into the Vlad situation. So we are gonna be talking about Vlad tonight. Of course, with and that connection to with the Casanova situation. We're gonna be talking about what else we talking about? Uh,
affection between black
oh
males.
yes.
Wiz Khalifa and his son, and then Smokey Norfolk and his son. Two examples of affection between black males. One was a little bit too inappropriate as far as popular opinion, and the other one is just,
Was more of an
look,
emotional comfort type of thing.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that's just like the emotional bond between a father and a son, and and people's viewpoint on it. So that's what we're going to be covering. And then also something else, right?
Maja hype.
Oh yes, the major hype and Kirby situation. Oh, for all
Oh, I
my
call
dance
him.
over gay people like myself. We gonna talk about
I've
that
been,
shit.
I've been calling him Maja, but it's Major hype.
It's major hype, and then the girl we're gonna call her Kirby. I think her name is like Letitia, some crap, but we're gonna call her Kirby.
Yeah, Letitia Kirby.
Kirby. Yo, I did all that extraness. They got all these memes. They was like, which Kirby is better? And they had the Kirby vacuum and the Kirby, a picture of Kirby. I'm like, bro, it's crazy because a lot of people was like, yo, they was like, the thing about her videos. Oh, we can't even talk about that yet. But
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
sis need a OnlyFans. I'm gonna say that much. And if she had an OnlyFans, sis would be paid. When I say pet, God bless
Yeah,
her
but I
though.
don't like the whole revenge porn thing
I
because
don't like that either. But honestly, he said it wasn't him. Honestly,
whatever. Who the
you
hell
know
has
what?
access
When we
to
talk about that, I have something that I wrote, and I'm gonna have to read what I wrote because if I don't read what I wrote, then I'm gonna go on a whole, go off on a tangent. You know how I do, and start talking about all other shit. I have to read exactly what I wrote because I summed it up. Well, my viewpoint on it. But that whole shit was crazy. All right, so let's get into the Vlad situation, y'all. All right, so basically, do you have any clips that you can play? Because I think if people actually heard the clips, then it would make more sense so they can understand, but it can't be anything long. But here's the thing, though. Okay, go ahead. You summarize it because if I'm ready to give my 2 cents.
Well, DJ Vlad, I don't know if he's a real DJ, but hold on.
Yeah, being
DJ
that you said to
Vlad.
hold on. Okay, so while you're doing your research, I'm gonna let y'all know this. When it comes to Vlad, I honestly had no idea who the freak Vlad was. So Pete just sent me this video and she's like, go watch this. And I'm like, okay, I went and watched it. So then I'm like, okay, I understand who he is and I understand that he's very popular or whatever. But for whatever reason, I never really knew of him. And even if I did come across him, I never really paid him any mind. So me learning about this guy, and the stuff that, the type of interviews that he was doing, I cannot blame anybody. I cannot blame him. The only people I can blame for the stuff that happened is the people that participated. That's why I really want y'all to get, especially when it comes to that Casanova situation, because they're saying that one of his interviews, Casanova's interviews on Vlad TV, is that what it's called, Vlad TV?
Yes.
Casanova's interview on Vlad TV, they're saying that's supposedly what had got Casanova to the point to where I think he's in jail right now because of an interview. But at the end of the day, what person? I don't even want to say idiot because that's not nice at all. I think, and
Idiot.
then a lot of people is saying like, okay, yeah, he was manipulated because of the way he asked the questions. Like when it comes to certain things, you should know better. Your name is Bennett and you're not in it. Like, why would you sit there and confess crimes on a freaking interview? Y'all know, I don't understand this. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, that is fucking dumb.
Who does that? I mean, so they're trying to say, okay, but the thing is that it's crazy because Casanova's not the only one. There are other people who actually sat down with this man and answer his interrogation. Like that's fucking, it's crazy because
His interrogation tactics.
with guys are so weird to me. Like they let guys trick them into the weirdest stuff. Like your woman asks you where you at and it's a problem, but yet you could go on freaking interview and commit to freaking cutting people's faces and more faces that like what?
But
So now
here's the thing. What Lovely T was saying is DJ Vlad, and I don't know why anybody would trust white guy anyway. But the way he talks and engages and sucks people in and then asks those incriminating ass questions, like they might as well just forget that, that they're giving off information that's incriminating.
to me, that's that same situation with like them R. Kelly. We keep going back to this R. Kelly and them girls situation. Like they know better. Who in their right mind confesses about crimes that they haven't done time for? Now, if you done did time for this crime, okay, talk about your story and you done serve your time and you know justice was served. But you talking about stuff and incriminating yourself, admitting that there's shit that you did that was criminal, like, and that you never got consequences for. Now, boom, your ass in jail because there was no statutes or limitations on the fucked up shit you did that you just confessed to on a fucking interview. I'm sorry, but you cannot blame Vlad. You have to blame that individual. And I don't know if he was on drugs, but no person in their right mind does that unless you want to go to jail.
Okay, so we can't blame Vlad for people spilling their guts about shit that they've done, but we can blame him about having black folks in the hip hop industry, in the entertainment industry, on his platform, especially people who have been forgotten about, people who, how should I say this? I mean, can we blame him for, can we blame the white guy for having his own platform and interviewing people on his own platform?
Honestly,
Or
we
should,
can't.
or should we blame the black folks who are willingly going to run to him but pass by all the black bloggers and interviewers and
Yep, I
instead
get
of giving
exactly what you're
them
saying.
the attention, because everybody's always going to go to DJ Vlad. How about we give these black interviewers some shine, like Doggy Diamonds TV and Thought Crimes and Urban X, and I don't know about DJ Academics because he's a little asshole. Who else? MREC
Zero.
TV, MREC TV, and Choke No Joke. So there are a lot of black publications, no, well, not publications, but bloggers on YouTube who need, well, I'm not going to say they need, but they can go and do the same interview with them
You know what
and
it
give the
is?
views and the clicks and the money to them. Why go to this white guy who doesn't need the views and the clicks? Why not go to your people?
And that's the thing, because it's really about people wanting to go with what's popular, and then also about the rich getting richer while the poor gets poorer. And then also a lot of people is really hungry and thirsty for the social media attention. Like, I mean, yes, you can really make money off of social media, but why use your platform, which Vlad was using his platform to basically interrogate black people, and he got them out there talking about some fucked up shit that they did as fucking black people. I don't know much about Vlad, but I can ask you this. Do he ever interview white people ever, or is it just all these hip hop people
He
that he's been
does.
interviewing?
He
He
does.
does.
He
And when
interviews.
does he
Um,
ask them all
um,
those crazy questions like how he be asking black people too? Because if he does that with the white people too, then we could just say, hey, that's his.
Now that you mention it, it's not in the same manner. When he does interview white people, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Uh,
I got a
when
call.
when he does interview white people, it's um it's a lot of mafia gangsters.
Mm. So
He
he's that
interviews,
type of person. So it's
yeah,
not like he just picks on black people.
he interviews
Like
a
I said, I
lot of
didn't know much about the guy.
mafia gangsters. Michael Francis from the Colombo crime family.
So he's
Who else?
not racist. He's just that type of person, and
No,
he's
no,
is
no,
just
no.
so.
He's still racist. He's still racist. He
Oh,
shows his
wait, wait,
racism
wait.
in other
Okay,
ways.
when it comes to this cast, well, when it comes to when it comes to the fact that he has black people coming on his show and confessing crazy shit, it's not unlike him. So it is something that he does regularly. But like I said, when it comes to this man, with particularly with how they're tying it in with the Casanova situation, we cannot blame Vlad at all because he could have got on there and lied his ass off. Like, nah, I ain't never do nothing like that. Like, yeah, the one thing I did, I did my time. I'm good. I'm clean.
Well,
Like,
here's
why
the
the fuck would
thing.
you incriminate
He's
yourself?
not going
Why
to
the
stop
fuck would you
them.
incriminate yourself? Huh? I'm
And
sorry.
he's not going to stop them. He's not going to stop them from telling on themselves because that's just going to make for a good ass interview.
Exactly. And then they turn around and he turn them into the fucking feds. Like, that shit is crazy. Well, he don't even gotta turn shit into the feds because that shit is being
But that,
posted
yeah,
publicly for the world to fucking see that you incriminated yourself, and that shit goes viral. And now you're in fucking jail, and you want to know why? You put yourself in there, baby. I'm sorry. You did.
is DJ
Yeah.
Vlad and an investigative journalist. Get some information on him. It's common for more rappers to become more shy of the press as they become more famous and their time becomes more valuable. For a while, Vince Staples did interviews every other week. In fact, Vince endured himself to many rap fans and digital content farms largely on the strength of his wit and candor as demonstrated in interviews. For the warmer months of 2015, Vince Staples, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's get down. A fan tweeted that DJ Vlad asking whether he'd had Vince Staples on the show sometime soon. Vlad responded that such an interview is unlikely because Vince is mad at him. Pressed to elaborate by none other than Vince Staples himself, Vlad complained to Vince that his management and publicity teams haven't answered his requests. See, there's one smart rapper that doesn't want to fuck with Vlad.
I'm saying anybody that actually sat there and allowed for Vlad to be able to talk them into incriminating themselves, like, you might as well have went to the police station and said, "Hey, I need to turn myself in," and then sat down in that room where they have the camera and the recorder and say all of that shit because that's exactly what he did when he sat down in front of Vlad. You understand?
Vlad Vlad established himself as an interviewer primarily interested in rappers' personal and illicit histories. Rick Ross's entourage, DJ Vlad alleged attacked him as retribution for a video in which he interviewed other rappers about Rick Ross's past career as a corrections officer in Miami. In the past year, Vlad has interviewed old school drug dealers, 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 and 𝗣𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃. Do you know who 𝗣𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃 is?
No, but did these people do time for their crime, or has the statutes of limitation passed? Because all of that is important when you're talking about certain
Yes,
crimes.
yes, but do you know who 𝗣𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃 is?
I do not.
Have you seen the movie Paid in Full with Mekhi
No, I haven't heard of
Phifer
paid in
and
full.
Cameron? Okay,
Wait, I'm
so
lying. I definitely heard of paid in full.
because I heard it too, but I'm more interested in the story that it's based on. So 𝗣𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃 is one of the guys that the movie Paid in Full is based off of. So
Okay.
he was one of the drug kingpins of the late 80s, early 90s in New York. I can't That's why I can't believe you haven't heard of him. But whatever. He's taken a peculiar
Girl, you know, as much as I might know of it, I might know him if I seen him.
𝗣𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃, and he's taken a peculiar historical interest in the crack and heroin trades in Harlem. In recorded conversations with DJ Vlad, there's a pervasive sense in which the investigative aspect feels less like journalism and more like law enforcement, akin to a good cop greasing a suspect. Huh. Many Vlad TV interviews are pure interrogations. This vibe is largely due to the tone, weight, and precision of Vlad's questions. Whenever he's interviewing any subject who might be loosely defined as a street dude, Vlad is far less likely to ask about music and more likely to ask for detailed accounts of alleged criminal activities and incidents. So Vlad might ask, where'd you hide the gun? He might go so far as to open an interview with a sort of a question, at which
And they
point
stupid asses gonna answer that shit. Like that's the crazy. I'm sorry, I have to laugh about it because if I don't laugh about it, then I'm gonna be like cursing them out about it. But I'd rather laugh about it. Like,
he might go
what
so
did
far as to open an
where
interview.
did you hide the gun?
He might go so far as to open an interview with that
Did you
sort of
put the
a
gun in
question,
like the closet?
at which point
Did you put the gun in your shoe?
his subject is most likely a rapper.
That's how he be
Well,
talking to them too. And they be like, nah, I didn't put it in my shoe. I actually put that shit in the and like yo, and they tell exactly what they did. Like that'd be the crazy part, right?
well,
It's not
well,
funny to you because it's hilarious to me.
either A, laugh it off, B, answer the
I
question
can't
with
hear
the kind
you.
of, huh? Can you hear me?
Oh wait, I don't know what happened.
Can
I
you hear me?
cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
All right, so apparently there's some type of dilemma, guys. I think that you guys can still hear me. Peaches is actually gonna try to log out and then she's gonna come right back in. Oh, there she go. See, that was quick. That was quick. I was just letting them know that you was coming right back. Say something so I can see if I
Uh,
can hear you.
but anyway, let me finish. Other time, Vlad opens interviews by quoting a provocative statement from some other recent interview he did with someone else and asks his current guest what he or she thinks about that. I saw him do that currently with Lunel about Orlando Brown. This was years ago, though. In fact, you could probably trace a straight 6 degree of Kevin Bacon type line from his videos all the way back to DJ Vlad asking the Clips to speak on Rick Ross. As
Mm.
an interviewer, Vlad chases the most morbid sort of gossip. He has a history of such interviews where rappers speak on alleged violence. In December, Vlad got Soulja Boy to spend 6 minutes recounting the same timeline, assailants, and witnesses from a 2008 burglary at his home recording studio in Atlanta. The interview spawned countless rap blog headlines and a video meme format that Lil Yachty and Joe Budden, among others, that co-op to parody Soldier. Oh, okay, I know what they're talking about. There's this video going around with Soldier Boy reenacting a shooting. He's like, and I went pop pop pop, and they went grrrr, and they went pop pop, and I got behind my homeboy, and I was like pop pop pop. Yeah, just telling just all his information. Earlier in 2016, Vlad got Atlanta rapper No Plug, that's the guy's name, No Plug, to suggest that he may have fired the shot that killed Bankroll Fresh in March. In their respective circumstances, Soulja Boy and No Plug both claim self-defense. Wow, wow. This is some bullshit.
Yep.
He asks annoying, salacious questions that the rest of us are too shook or too good to ask. All right.
It's not even that they too good to ask ask because at the end of the day, a lot of you ever seen certain interviews where they get like the artist would get asked a question and the artist would be like straight up, I'm not answering that, and it's not even nothing to incriminate them. It could be something that they feel is personal or quote unquote private, or they just don't want to respond for whatever reason. But these people are actually incriminating themselves because they're being interviewed and because they're being quote unquote manipulated with questions. Like you can't manipulate me into incriminating myself. I'm sorry. I got kids. I can't be behind bars.
But from what I hear, DJ Vlad will ask before the interview, is there anything that you don't want to touch on? You don't want to talk about blah, 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 blah.
And they
And
don't
that,
say, "Oh, don't try to say anything that's going to incriminate me." They
but
don't.
here's
They
the
don't
thing.
put that.
I don't think he asks everybody that, because if he did, nobody will say some shit that'll get them put in prison.
But even if, here's the thing, even if it's a situation where they're asked the question, why not go around the question the same way how he's, going around and asking them these questions to try to quote unquote manipulate them? Why don't you manipulate him back and be like, yo, I'm innocent. I ain't do shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
And here's the thing, Vlad is a fucking instigator. Vlad is an instigator. I should have sent you this clip about, do you know who Tariq Nasheed is?
No.
Oh, okay. Tariq Nasheed, he was beefing with, have you seen the documentary Hidden Colors?
Nope.
It's been bootlegged all over the place. Um,
Girl, you know, I don't even watch shows.
Shows.
I
It's
don't
a
watch.
doc.
I don't
Never
watch.
mind. I'm not even gonna explain that. Tariq Nasheed. DJ Vlad was interviewing somebody named Tommy Sotomayor. Now,
Okay.
what Tommy Sotomayor does on his channel, he talks hella shit about black folks
Mm,
and shits on black women a lot.
mm.
So um so uh
Whoa.
DJ Vlad DJ Vlad was interviewing Tommy Sotomayor. So
Okay.
what DJ Vlad did was, while he was interviewing Tommy Sotomayor, he calls Tariq Nasheed over to the studio, like, hey, Tommy Sotomayor's here. Is there anything you want to say to him? And Tariq Nasheed, who had already been interviewed by Vlad, knew where DJ Vlad's studio was, like, hey, let me go and roll up on Tommy Sotomayor. And this is what happened. I actually have it up now. This is what happened. How,
Okay. Are you gonna share? Okay, because I was gonna say your camera is like off.
So, Crispy, I had to give you your award, Crispy.
Okay, I gotta get close.
You set this up yesterday. Crispy, I had to Crispy. Crispy. I gotta give you your award. I just came to give him his award. Crispy, let me give you your Coon Award. Crispy, let me give you your Coon Award, Crispy. This is a grown man. Shout out to Vlad. Shout out to my homie Vlad. I had to give Crispy his Coon Award. This is a grown man. I had to present Crispy with his Coon Award. Watch out, man. No, Crispy, let me give you your Coon Award, Crispy. Let me give you your Coon Award, Crispy. There you go. And you let this roll, huh? Let me give you your Coon Award, Crispy. Come on, Vlad. Crispy. There you did. Crispy, let me give you your Coon. Crispy. Crispy,
What in the world? Why are you being so annoying?
Okay, I'm a bounce. My bad. How you doing, though, Vlad? You good?
I'm good, thank you.
Shout out to DJ Vlad. Hidden Colors 4 available right now, family. I can bounce. All right, Crispy, you're not gonna take. Let me leave your award right here. Crispy, let me give you your award, Crispy.
Don't get my face, man.
Crispy.
That's the Crispy you calling me for my dog.
Okay, Crispy, let me give you your award, Crispy.
Huh?
Did you announce on your social media?
Why he being like that? What is the problem? Why he trying to give him that award so bad? He don't want it, clearly.
I did not set the record this fool.
Crispy, get your award, Crispy.
Record this grown ass fool.
Now, Crispy, you were giving death threats like you were supposed to kill me and all.
No,
this
nigga, you told me I can't come to LA. No, you told me I can't come to LA.
Where's the
You
killing?
told me I can't come to LA.
Where's the killing,
You said
Crispy?
I left LA because you was gonna do something to me.
But where's the killing, Crispy?
You told me I was gonna come. If I don't come to LA,
Where's the
do something to me.
Where's
I
the
ain't
killing,
seen it.
Crispy? Where's the
I
killing?
ain't seen it.
Where's the
I
killing?
ain't seen it. You
I'm
told me
giving
I
you
can't
an award,
come to LA.
Crispy.
You said I can't come to LA. I keep coming to LA.
Crispy, where's the
Come
killing?
to LA. No, you supposed to do something
Where's
to
the
me.
killing,
You the
though,
one that's
nigga?
mad. You the one that's
I
mad.
ain't mad. I'm trying to give you your Coon Award.
You the one that's mad.
And
Do your puppet, dog. You the one that's mad.
Where's the
I
killing,
ain't
though,
mad.
Crispy?
You the one said you gonna kill me, nigga. I ain't had to kill
I'm
you.
gonna kill your crispy ball spot having ass.
You the one who
Here's your
You the one who said you gonna kill
here's
me.
your award,
You
Crispy.
the one who said you gonna kill me.
oh my goodness.
Ask me what a killing is.
Wait, you got a video talking about you were gonna kill me.
No, you said you gonna take all my shit. I said
Hidden
anybody
Colors
takes all
4
my shit.
available right now, family. And why you covering up your ball spot, player? Let people see. Let your scalp breathe.
Oh my goodness.
Right
This
here,
is crazy.
along with your tap shoes.
All right, you do this white.
There you go. All right, Crispy.
All right,
There you go. All right, Vlad,
put your white.
my man. Y'all have a good one, Vlad. All right. You're a cute sister right here, Crispy. You and the sisters now, brother? Shut up. You and the sisters?
Shut up, nigga.
What's she gonna do?
You just mad.
What am I mad at? Get your award.
You wouldn't have to waste your time.
I'm a
You wouldn't have to waste your
But
time.
I wanted to see where all this killing was gonna go, Crispy, with all these Coon awards.
Kill me, nigga.
What's with all the killing? Where's the killing?
You ran me out of LA.
Where's the killing?
You ran me out of LA, nigga. I thought you ran me out of LA.
You ain't gonna do shit.
You
Stop
ain't
the
gonna do
tough
nothing.
talk.
You said I ran out of
I
LA.
didn't threaten you.
Yes, you did.
I didn't threaten you.
You said I
killing me.
left LA because of you and I'm scared to come back. That's what you said, nigga.
See, this is how bitch niggas operate right here. They
This
do a
nigga
lot of talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing.
You the one who made the threat.
These bitch niggas do a
My
lot
hand
of
on the
talking,
bells.
but
My
they
hand on
don't
the
do
bells.
nothing.
Whatever you said
All
you're
right?
gonna do, you do.
All right.
Nah.
Get your award, Crispy.
You're fucking grown ass fool.
Now, Crispy, you were giving death threats like you were supposed to kill me and all.
No, nigga.
Okay.
Let me
So
tell you, that shit was annoying. I'm annoying, but I'm not that annoying. Like the
but
fuck.
here's the thing. For that to be Vlad's interview in his studio, how in the hell was Tariq Nasheed able to get up in there, get up in the person that he's interviewing, get up in Tommy Sotomayor's face, and then DJ Vlad sit back and not do anything and let that shit go on?
So who posted that? DJ Vlad?
Everybody. Tariq was
Oh.
on live. Tariq was on live. Tommy Sotomayor had somebody recording for him, so that shit was gonna go out to the be on the internet any fucking way.
But that shit was so petty and annoying. Like, what?
All
What the fuck
sides
did
were
I just
petty.
watch?
Tariq Nasheed should have stayed his ass in his car, whatever the fuck he was, and DJ Vlad should have stopped that shit. But he wasn't gonna stop two niggas in his studio about to fight. And that's where the whole cultural appropriation is, because you're going to get views This white guy, he's gonna get views with two niggas with two niggas arguing and fighting in his face during his interviews. Oh, this is what happens at DJ Vladimir interviews. Let me go and watch.
And that's the
Click
thing.
review.
It's like it's certain like honestly, like I said, I knew nothing about DJ Vlad because I'm not the type of person who's attracted to like that type of stuff, you know? But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, some people like that shit. Some people like thrive off of it. So it's like, but it's like I said, with that situation, whenever he's interviewing those people and whenever when he's putting people in the predicament of to where they're sitting there making a goddamn a fool of themselves, we can't blame Vlad or Vlad TV because they're doing that shit to themselves. And then when it comes down to the other, we're gonna move into the other topic with Vlad, right? Where they were saying how we need to boycott him in
yeah,
general.
yeah, yeah. Because I started watching Vlad a long time ago,
I
but
don't watch him. Never heard of him
people have been
for
bringing
now.
up us needing to stop watching Vlad years ago, especially when this shit happened. So cancel Vlad, I don't know, because Vlad has a young audience and he ties a lot of young people in, and kids of another generation, of this generation, they're still gonna watch him. They don't
Yep.
get they don't get having Vlad having important people on, people who are important to us on his channel to draw the younger people in.
Right.
So no, I don't fuck with Vlad. I don't watch no Vlad shit. He has a sexual harassment or sexual assault, some type of suit against him from a black female employee that used to work with him,
Wow.
and he's married to a black woman.
Wow.
Yeah, so fuck Vlad. What's the next topic? Major, what's his name? Major hype
You wanted to go into that already because remember we were gonna talk about what was the other topic?
with Khalifa kissing his
Oh
son.
yeah, I do before because that major hype situation is so deep. Yeah,
Okay,
I'd rather talk about that. So basically, there was an interview that I had watched with Ricky Smiley that we had watched, both of us, because Peaches actually sent it to me. And in this interview, Ricky Smiley is talking about, both how people feel about the bond between a father and a son, you
a black
know?
father and a black
Yeah,
son.
black father and a black son, because it was a picture of this gospel artist. What was the artist's name? You
Smokey
know,
Norfolk.
yes, Smokey Norfolk, right?
Yeah.
And he was actually his like 16-year-old son was like hugging him and laying in his chest,
Yeah,
right?
getting a hug, get some
So
cuddles.
they're like, "Oh, what do you think about this picture?" Because it's a 17-year-old boy, in his father's chest, or whatever the case
Mhm.
is. So people is like, asking them what do they think about it, and I'm like, I don't even understand why people even think like, yeah, like your baby's like, I don't know. I think it's people without kids that probably just question stuff like that because when you don't have kids, it's hard to know what that's like, or not even kids, like people who have nieces and nephews, they also might experience that bond when you just have a child that's so close to you and that's always up under you. And it's to where when they grow up, y'all keep that bond. But then it's like in, today's society, they make it seem like it's something wrong if, a teenage or a guy with a kid, a, I guess once the facial hairs start coming in, they think it's weird when, if they're hugging their father and getting affection and comfort from their father.
There's nothing wrong
There's
with a
nothing
good
wrong with
hug.
that.
A good hug, a transfer of emotion, get yourself a good cry. At the end of the day, if some shit happens and you can come home and talk to your black dad about whatever the hell's going on in the world as a black man, get those feelings out. Black men need to get those feelings out, period. What I have a problem with is this bullshit right here. Can you see it? Can you see it?
I can surely see it. And as
Do
a
you see the
mom,
lip? Do you see the lips separating? Do you see
okay,
the
so hey guys, that's Wiz Khalifa kissing his son on the lips. I honestly, I don't. Here's the thing:
in
before
this
I had
instance,
kids,
he's not really kissing his son on the lips. His lips are on the inside of his son's.
How old is his son though? I don't even know that part. How old is his son?
7. Sebastian is 7 years old.
He's 7. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you this, okay? Me as a mom, like before I became a mom, I used to always say I don't want kids. I'm like, what I look like pushing a gray cow. I need to be pushing a BMW. That's what I used to say before I had kids. But then I became a mom, and then you have this little tiny baby that's like a little bit bigger than this phone, right? And then you like really have the baby, and then you kiss the baby, and the next thing you know, you kiss like then I don't know. I started kissing my kids on the lips, and when they came out the womb. And it's like,
Yeah.
because I just love them so much, but it's not no perverted, like, nah, it's never that. It's just
Okay. I
it's a
don't.
look.
Look, I just have no way of defending that.
And then
They might
honestly,
say that it's not perverted, but
but here's the thing, I'm a woman and I kiss my daughters on the lips. So imagine if a father is kissing his son on the lips. You understand? That's why I'm like, I'm guilty of doing the same shit Wiz Khalifa do, you know?
I
Because,
understand. I understand what people say that, oh, you're just trying to sexualize the relationship between father and son.
yeah.
No, but when as a boy gets older, and well, as children get older, but mostly a boy, when boys get older and they start to feel things, ugh,
Oh gosh. For one, I
ugh,
mean, honestly, but when it's when I tell you it's from a different place, you have to understand it's really, really from a different place. It's crazy because um, let me tell you, I've kissed a girl on the lips, but it wasn't no gay shit. It was just the fucking just okay, let me explain that situation now.
yeah, what the fuck with your Katy Perry ass?
Nah, it's it wasn't no
I
lesbian shit.
can't
Let me tell you,
do
it was not a lesbian thing at all. This was like
it.
my high school days before I was a mom. It wasn't no freak nasty shit at all. It
Who you
just
kiss
was
that West
just it
Met?
was just it was an actor moment shit in that situation. But
Who
like
you
I
kiss
said,
that West Met?
when I huh?
Who you kiss at West Met?
It wasn't West Mac, it was college days. Did I say high school? College
Yeah, you
days.
said high school.
I
Yeah,
said before kids. I think I said before kids. I don't think
yes,
I said
before kids, high school. Yeah.
no, this was college days, but before kids, because I didn't have a I graduated college and I didn't have kids. All right, so let me tell you what happened. So it was so weird because it was this girl that I used to work with, and then she wasn't gay. I'm not gay either. So it was so weird because we used to go to the same college. We used to work together and we used to go to the same college because our college was across the street. So it was weird because every time like we would be in a hallway together, it was this guy who used to try to talk to her. And he would like be like, "Yo, you're so pretty. Let me get your number." She was Jamaican too. She's like, "You're so rude. You're not still a woman here. Like my girlfriend is right here, and you're trying to talk to me." He'll be like, "Yo, that's not your girlfriend." And then I'll be like, "Yes, that is my girlfriend," just backing her up, you know? So then every time, I swear to God, it was like 5 times me and her together. He comes up out of nowhere. Because we would be going from one class to another class. He would be like, "Yo, that's not your girlfriend because y'all never kissing." So he was like, "If that's your girlfriend, kiss her." So I was like, and we just did it. Like we both were just like with the shits. You understand? But we not gay. You understand? So when I think about that kiss, it wasn't from a place of being perverted. It was like, yo, I was like, yo, I'm riding for that girl like that. So I'm gonna kiss her just to fucking say I wrote for her because, it was just it was a situation. You understand? So when I say it comes from a different place, because actors kiss people all the time, but it's not perverted. I mean, I don't think it's perverted. I just think it's them doing their job. You understand? Like that's how I see it.
Yeah, but you weren't a kid kissing an older adult.
But that's the thing. When I say it comes from a place of like I said, there's some countries where they greet people with kisses on the fucking lips. You understand? And it's not like they tonguing each other down. That's like now that when I like you see how my face was like just like it just disgusts me when I think of a father like licking his son down. Like that's nasty. But a kiss on the lips, I don't
Okay,
see.
okay. Look, whatever Whatever they do is
Now, if
going
he had
on.
some tongue on there and they was all like, now I would be like, that shit is
That's what
disgusting.
I'm saying. His lips were on the inside of his son's lip. But you know what? Fuck
It
it.
was just a D. You know they got big lips.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You know, it's
Next.
crazy because my daughter, I have big lips, and then my youngest daughter, she got big lips. So sometimes her kisses be all wet, and I'd be like, ew. But it's but it's a situation where it's my baby. It's not. I'm telling you. Now, when it's perverted, it's a problem. It's a problem. I'm about to go on Google right now. Let me ask Siri. Hey Siri,
Why are you asking that bitch?
because I'm about to see what countries greet people with kisses. Because I know that's a
Paris, France.
greet with a kiss.
Well, here's you mean between because we were talking on along the
Oh, you're
lines of
right. You're right. You're so
parents.
right. So
We were
yeah, so
talking
in
on the lines
France,
of
if you go to
parents,
France and then and you
especially black parents.
look, what country greets with kisses on the lips? France.
Oh,
You were
yeah.
right. You were right. You were right. You see, you a Virgo. You smart as shit. You smart as shit. Go girl.
But we were talking on the lines of parents. So is it appropriate? Yes, no.
I think
We
it's. I
we
mean,
won't know if it's appropriate until Sebastian gets older and he has some issues with his sexuality.
but what if he grows up and he marries a woman and they have beautiful babies and we
Yeah, but what if he
realize.
grows up and starts dating and a girl asks him, "Oh my God, where did you learn how to tongue kiss?" My dad.
But Wiz Khalifa wasn't tongue kissing that boy. I'm telling
On
you,
camera. He
it's
wasn't on camera, but whatever.
it's
On
so
camera.
weird because like with my kids, like well they older now, but even when they were like little babies, I used to like to smell their feet. Like it's so
Okay. Okay.
it's
Let's just end the live with your my strange addiction. My strange
when
addiction.
they were babies, because you know when once you have this little tiny baby, you're gonna be like, oh, and they so cute, and you use the baby lotion, and they just smell so fresh. I'm telling you, when you have a baby, you gonna understand. It's
Okay, so affection from one black male to another, can it be non-sexual? I think so. What
yeah, I
Smokey
believe
Miracle
so.
was doing with his son was, I want to say it's completely normal, but I don't want to say it was normal because I say it's normal. It's normal because it's normal. Hugging is normal. Um, as long as because I don't like to hug certain people, especially guys, because guys just take shit far. But
That's
father,
the way of thinking that got you. You see that way of thinking right there about guys taking it too far? That's why you can't look at Wiz Khalifa kissing his son and just think, okay, it's just the father kissing his son. It got to be something more because guys take it too far, right? It's the way of thinking, but I'm telling you, once you become a mom, which you should work on, you should work on it. But I'm joking.
I saw that because somebody put a subliminal ass post and I unfriended their ass talking about some motherfuckers with no kids want to tell other people what to do with their kids in their house. So some old bullshit she put on Facebook. So I just unfriended her ass because bitch, if you wanted to direct something towards me, you could have just DM me or tag me in
Oh,
it,
you think
and
she
then
was
we could
talking
talk
about the
about
Wiz Khalifa? The thing is that I'm open-minded,
it.
so I
Yeah.
understand people points of view and I understand why they would think like that. Because like I said, before I became a mom, I used to be like, you ill, that's weird, ill this, ill that, But when you become a mom, it just really, really changes everything, you know? And then, like I said,
Mm.
but I don't judge people for their way of thinking because it's like I said, you can't expect somebody that never saw a ghost to believe in ghosts. So you can't expect them to see it from your point of view because they can't resonate. You understand?
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
can't judge them because they can't resonate with something because they've never experienced that type of, bond and affection. But I'm telling you, when you have a baby, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be so. It's like when I think about it, because even when I first had my first kid, and then like my mom went home, the doctors left me in the room, and I'm like, this baby is mine. Like, I have to be with this baby for the
Yeah,
rest of
you can't give it back. That's why I don't have any.
the
Like, can we stuff her back in there? No, no.
Honestly, the way how I feel is like it's something about kids, and that's like I also want to get into foster care because I'm like, you gotta understand, like, even if you can't have your own kids, it's just a blessing to take a kid and then try to help them and guide them and show them the good in life, you know? Because it's just something about kids, like they be so innocent, and it's like some of them don't even get the support they need. But anywho,
Well,
that's a whole nother topic.
getting back to the topic, I do think black males, the black males who do stick around and take care of their children, hug your kids, especially your
Yes,
son,
I was gonna say that.
your
Like they raise
son.
these boys, especially my brothers are perfect examples. Like they raise these boys to think like, oh yeah, you can't cry. Like shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Don't be crying, you
y'all
little bitch
hard,
ass nigga. Like they
punch him in the
treat
chest and all this, do some push-ups, and it's just
and they
I
don't
just don't want my son to be gay, and it's not about them being gay, it's about them opening up to another male figure,
and
because when
being
they get
vulnerable
older,
and knowing how to express their
yeah,
feelings and knowing how to release their anger without, fucking going out and punching bitches in their face because they that mad and they
uh-huh.
don't understand how to express their anger. We're gonna
And
touch
then when they
that
go to
in
therapy,
Caribbean major situation. Like,
and
you
then when they go to
understand?
therapy, and then when they go to therapy, they'll be like, okay, my dad was there, but he wasn't there.
Oh my God,
Boom.
we gonna talk about in that major hype situation a story that he told about something that he witnessed when he was little. But yes, but
Was
at the
his
end of the day,
dad in his life?
okay, so here's the thing. This is why it's important to be careful, and especially me as a mom, and I'm glad that I don't have boys because me as a woman, I can't raise a man. You understand? I can't raise a boy into a man because I'm a woman and I don't know what it takes to be a man. But what happened was in major hype situation, and this is something that he went because we also this is one of the topics for tonight. So we also he talked about when he was little, I think he said he was like 6 or 7. His mom was like went to his father's house with him, and his father, she was like, oh, I need money so my kid could do XYZ. She wanted money for something. And his father was like, yo, if you don't leave here, it's not going to be pretty. Right? You saw that? He was like, if you don't leave here, it's not going to
Yeah.
be pretty. So he said that his father came downstairs with a fucking machete and cut his
Oh,
mom's arm off in front of him.
yeah.
You understand? Like,
Yeah.
why is it that instead of like his father being like, yo, my son need this, I'm gonna bust my ass to make sure my son gets something. But instead his father coming down with a machete and chopping off his mom's arm simply because she's trying to get money from him, probably because she needed the help. I'm like, he grew up rough and I understand what that's like because me as a single mom is like sometimes like one of my baby fathers is dead, unfortunately. But sometimes, like with my youngest daughter's father, I want to go pull up on that nigga and be like, give me some money for this and this and that. Because me, I'm not somebody who's going to sit down in nobody's court and take you to child support. But at the same time, he doesn't give me any type of money point, like period, ever. Not $10 a month, not $100. I don't get nothing. So sometimes I'd be like, yo, I want to fucking go over there and ring his bell and knock on his door and be like, nigga, give me money so I can go buy this for the baby. But I'm not gonna do that because then next thing you know, I'll be in a fucking argument getting my arm cut off. You understand?
Well, that's a different type of thing, because Jamaicans are rough and
Let me
savage.
tell you something. Honestly, it's not even Jamaicans because my baby father, he's from the Bronx, New York. I'm from Brooklyn, so you already
Who
know it's
you know has
beef.
machetes on hand?
I mean, honestly, in Brooklyn, you might find a couple of machetes because that's how we roll out there. But honestly, a
In a
lot of
Jamaican
Caribbean,
household. In a
you
Jamaican household.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of the Caribbean families, you could definitely find you, even like an African household, you're gonna find your ass a goddamn machete. But here is the thing though. But
That
I'm
is
like,
crazy.
can you
I couldn't even
imagine?
tell you
It's like,
where to get one from.
but here's the thing though. Why is it that the mother of your child is trying to get money for something for your child? You know, it's crazy because like I have these argue like that's why with my daughter's father I just don't talk to him period because when we talk we can laugh talk giggle everything's cool and I'd be like can I get some money so I could buy Queen some shoes. I ain't got it right now. And I'm like, suppose I ain't got it, what, can I not have it? Can I not have? No, I can't not have it. You know why? Because I'm the mom, and I got to make shit happen regardless. So it's fucked up when with Major Hype having to witness that. Can you imagine your mom trying to get money for you and she get her arm cut off by your father? I'm like, yes, so he definitely is traumatized. He definitely grew up in some violent ass situations, like clearly. Like just hearing that story is crazy, you know? Just hearing it is
So
crazy.
because he grew up in a violent situation, I'm not gonna say it justifies him beating on old
It won't
girl.
justify him beating on Kirby. Okay, so what topic were we talking about? Because we are going to transition fully into Major Hype now. But let's just
Well, we
wrap
already
up.
did. We already
Oh,
did. So, Major Hype, he needed a hug from his father.
exactly. Yeah, that's what we was talking about, like showing love and affection. Because I'm like, wh- that viciousness, that violence, it runs in his blood. You understand?
Uh-huh.
And it's
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
the unfortunate situation because even like I can experience like even within my family like the fucking violence and the craziness like it's just in your blood, it's in your DNA, but then you have to be mentally and emotionally stable enough to know like okay, I'm not going to be triggered to the point where I'm cursing people out. I'm not going to be triggered to the point where I'm cutting people arms off. I'm not going to be that triggered till I'm shooting people in the motherfucking foot. You understand?
Yeah.
So yes, um, I told you that I had to read. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Major Hype situation, and then I'm gonna read what I wrote because I can't keep talking about it differently because I'm gonna go off on a tangent. So basically, this week what has been trending is the Major Hype, who's he's a comedian within the dancehall reggae world, a very well-known comedian with over 1 million followers. He had 1.2 million followers, but he recently went down to 1.1 million followers because of these accusations against him by Kirby, which was his girlfriend of about 2 years, and she was accusing him of being abusive. So, and what's going on is I actually watched the Lovely Tea situation, and from my understanding, did not explain it properly. But from what I understand, because if you
Yeah,
go on
because she don't really
Instagram,
know them people. She don't really know them people like
yeah,
that.
she basically says that people in the dancehall community was sending it to her. But what happened was Kirby came out on a Woman Crush Wednesday. It wasn't this Wednesday, it was the Wednesday before. And she basically announced to the world that she's been having to isolate herself from her friends and family because she was in a relationship with Major Hype. And it's a situation where Major Hype was abusing her physically and whatever the case is. So when she told her story, the next day, supposedly a sex tape came out of her. And in this sex tape, she's having sex with a male in the bathroom that's not Major Hype. And in the bathroom mirror, she's smiling and looking. She's well aware that she's being recorded. It's not like it's a situation where it looks like she doesn't know that she's being recorded. So that was that situation. So then there's about 10 videos that came out since then. So Major Hype ended up going live and he basically cleared the air and he said that like, he never says he never put his hands on her, but he does say that it's a situation where they had a toxic ass relationship where they both did shit, where she put her hands on him, which and if you put your hands on a guy 9 out of 10 times that nigga's gonna hit you back. I mean, 9 out of 10 times if it's a nigga like Major Hype. When I say not, I mean like somebody like those Caribbean people, those West Indian people. That's what we call them in New York. They don't play that shit. You hit an African man, that nigga gonna slap your ass from one fucking country in Africa to the next. Like, and that's just the reality of it. Some guys could get hit by a girl and they could sit there and take that shit, but some guys will hit your ass the fuck back. So that's the situation. So, there was those accusations or whatever. And I do want to kind of read what I wrote as far as how I feel about the whole situation. Was there anything that you wanted to play before I start giving my viewpoint?
Oh no, no, because when the story came out, that's when I learned about these people too.
Okay. So let me give my viewpoint. I gotta read this verbatim. I said the Kirby and Major Hype situation is so crazy. He lost a lot of supporters without people even knowing the full story. And even now, we don't know what really went down because stuff is still coming out, and we just will never know all the details behind certain things. I'm not saying who was right or wrong, because at this point, it's not even about right or wrong. It's about understanding that there's shit that be happening that we may never fully understand, and it's not for us to figure out. But we do need to sit down and reevaluate ourselves, because the truth is, people go through relationship shit all the time, but it never hits the spotlight like this, because luckily Tasha and Marcus from the block are nobodies. So if they're going through these kinds of issues within their relationship, no one would care. But it's interesting because at first people were bashing Major Hype because according to Kirby, and how I lose the whole post. Okay. People were bashing Major Hype because according to Kirby, which is the girlfriend, he was beating her. Then he told his story. He talked about being molested as a kid and her using that against him. He even broke down crying, and people were still bashing him, even though he was so transparent about everything. And now all of these sex tapes are coming out with Kirby. There's about 10 sex tapes, y'all. And none of them are with him. I personally do not record myself or allow men to, but people like what they like, so to each his own. So I'm not gonna judge you. If you're that type of bitch that got video, sex videos out there, bitch, go get an OnlyFans. You might make some money. So yeah, however, I said if the videos were old, oh yeah, so Kirby came out and she said that the videos were about 10 years old. And she also said that she felt hurt because quote unquote Major Hype released the videos knowing that she's a mom.
Well,
right?
who else had access to the videos? Because I know she wasn't going to release some shit like that about
Honestly,
herself.
I don't know. Like the thing is that also when Major Hype came out, he cleared the air and he said it's not him. So he's innocent until proven guilty, period. I'm sure she could hire a private investigator. They can trace back the IP addresses. They could figure out who it was, because if it's him, he's going to jail, period, because that actually is a crime.
Exactly.
So what I said is, like I said, if he did that, that's fucked up, because he didn't even have to do all of that. But he also went live and he showed some shit. He showed all the dick pics in her phone, but it's crazy. Anyways, I said, however, if the videos were as old as she say they were, and if she was so concerned about that kind of stuff ever getting leaked because she is a mom, then she definitely should have deleted all of those videos. I don't see why she was holding on to those videos, because now all it's doing is coming back and biting her in the ass. Major Hype is big mad about the situation because he was spending money on her like crazy per his proof, and Major Hype posted all his Cash App transactions where he was sending this. He was taking care of this girl. She was getting money, right?
Yeah.
And he said that's just the Cash App transactions he showed us. He was like, we don't see the Zells and all the other ways he sent her money. And then also he showed the conversations where she had a group chat with her friends, and they're like, oh, you meeting with your money machine? Like that's what they referencing him as, just a fucking money machine. And then they had her other niggas that she was fucking that they knew about, and they had other little nicknames, like, so it seemed based off of the way Major Hype was showing it. And he has little screenshots or whatever the case was, to where it shows that they had a girls group chat where they used to talk about shit and they used to send dick pics, because that's what she said the pictures came from. But the videos were her, because she could say the dick pics came from somewhere else because she's not in them, but the videos with her in them. Oh yeah, another thing I do want to say, the pictures of her abuse did not come out until her sex tape started coming out. That's when she wanted to prove that she had real physical damage and abuse. And according
she had proof of her abuse, but he didn't have proof of his.
That's the thing, is that at the end of the day,
all he had was old sex tapes of her that she didn't give permission to him to
let me
release.
explain this to you. His abuse may have been physical, but her abuse was definitely verbal, because he showed the messages that she had sent, and she's like, oh, that's why you was getting fucked in your ass for 4 years, you fucking faggot, and your mother don't fucking love you because she allowed that shit to happen. I'm like, this man went through that and you want to throw that in his face like that? Like, what else can he do but fuck your ass up? I mean, it's not right. It's not. You're right. You're absolutely right. But I have 2 brothers, one that will walk away, and I have one that will fuck you up, and he don't give a fuck. So I understand, like, we can't expect for everybody to react the same because it's triggering him. You know, it's research that shows that the type, like, when they you know, they connect people to the machines, and they're like, when when people start thinking about certain situations, it gives their brain reacts the same way as if physical pain is being inflicted upon them. So some people, when
Mhm.
you say stuff to them like that, it's triggering them and it's hurting them and they feel in pain. It's the same pain as a physical pain, like a physical punch. He felt that shit. And that's why like, you have to understand human behavior. No, it's not right. That's why he need counseling and therapy to kind of figure out that shit so that this way he don't go around beating on people's daughters. But at the end of the day, we can't say he's wrong for reacting the way he reacted. Because at the end of the day, who are we to tell him how to feel about something that he had to go through, getting fucked in the ass unwillingly for 4 years? A lot of people that get fucked in the ass 4 years, they turn out to be faggots and gay people. I don't, mean to use the F word, but I'm just saying a lot of these people that are, gay or, feminine, they were molested. You know that, right?
Yeah, in most cases.
A lot of gay people were molested, and that's why they go that route. So for her to sit there calling him faggot and saying this and this and that, like, she triggered the fuck out of him. You know, it's crazy because growing up, like I said, I had two brothers. Well, I really got a lot of brothers, but my two older brothers. One was so chill, like I could curse him out. He not gonna bother me. The other one, he was ready to fuck me up anytime. He didn't give a fuck. And you know what it is when I used to talk and argue with them? Where they used to be like, yo, your mouth is gonna get you fucked up.
Mm.
And it's because it's crazy because whenever I talk, I'm speaking the truth. Like I will tell you about yourself and it's the truth. And you know what they say? The truth hurts. You understand? So the truth hurts. Like it's crazy because he was fucked in the ass for 4 years. It's very true. But why are you throwing that in his face?
Yeah.
And that shit hurt. Cause he had to like, yo. And then I don't care. He even had the it's like a lot of people's like, oh, their privacy, they're going to social media. I'm like, he has to understand the contract that he signed when he decided to become this big social media celebrity. He had to come clear his name. He had to be vulnerable. He had to open up because at the end of the day, if he lose fans, he lose money. And he could have been like, he could have been like fucking Tory Lanez on that shit, ignoring it like as if nothing happened. You understand?
Mhm.
He did not have to come out and give a statement, but he did. Let me just say that. Anyways, let me finish reading this so we could come up off this shit. All right, so he was spending money on her like crazy, and holding conversations and referencing him as her money machine. Also, her and Major Hype were supposed to get married because he actually proposed to her, and yet she was either holding on to old sex videos or making them while she was with him. That definitely does not justify him beating her. I gotta say that loud and clear. That does not justify him beating her. If he
No.
was, because he still never said he did. I said,
Of
but
course, he's not gonna
clearly,
admit it.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't put that nigga on Black TV. I promise you, he'll be like, what you said me do now? Me do what again? Nah, me never do that. Because he's a comedian. He does the Spanish accent really good. He does the Jamaican accent good. He does a Haitian accent good. He does I love me some Major Hype, and I'm sorry that he's going through that. Let me finish reading this. That definitely doesn't justify him beating her. There's a video. Oh, there is a video of Kirby, and in the video, she got some man slapping the shit out of her while she's doing their sexual things. And when I say sexual things, she's actually having oral sex. And while she's having oral sex, the guy is slapping her. Like slapping the shit out of her, and she seems to be enjoying it. So when Major Hype said we don't know Kirby, we clearly, really, and truly don't know Kirby because that could actually be one of her fantasies and one of her passions, But at the end of the day, all we can go based off of is the actual video that we're seeing. With this situation, we really got to wash our hands because, he told his side, she told her side, and it's at least three sides to the story that we never going to fully understand. Anywho, I really wish that they both get some counseling and or therapy, even if they decide not to be together, because clearly they both have their flaws and their demons, just like everyone else, because none of us is perfect, and they really need to heal after all of this exposure. So let's not judge them or bash them, but hope that they get past this whole situation. At this point, Major Hype whole career is at jeopardy. Kirby, who's a woman and more importantly, a mom. I'm so sorry that she had to experience this and that this is happening to her. And it's sad because people really don't care. Like, the thing is that what I don't like, I don't have to say this because I didn't write this. I don't like the fact that people are taking it and they're actually making jokes out of it. Because Major Hype is a comedian, but I don't appreciate them. Like, they actually made videos, showing Kirby, how to, like, they're actually at this point, they're making jokes out of Kirby and they're using her sex tapes and making all of these memes. And I don't like that because, like, I'm like, she did it, but y'all don't have to be sharing this shit. And that, like, I really got her sucking dick and that video is floating around. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I mean, if you saw it, you saw it in private, but they posting it, they making memes out of it. That shit is crazy. I mean, people don't care until people commit suicide or overdose. And in this day and time, where I really feel like we need to learn to help fix people frown instead of trying to knock that shit off. Oh yeah, let me say something else. They are they laughing at Major Hype because in the live videos when he was telling his story, he was crying. So they have pictures, and screen recordings of the part where he was crying and the tears was coming out his eyes. I'm like, why the fuck are y'all laughing at that shit? That shit is not funny to me. To me, it's not funny at all. I don't know. How do you feel about the situation, Peaches?
Well, if somebody is going to laugh at him, well, I'm not going to say this is the reason why, but people just don't like abuse, especially when she has evidence of it. So, she
You know what's
has
crazy? But
her
at the end of the
supporters.
day,
She has her supporters, and he has his.
yeah, but the thing is that they're saying that, oh yeah, she was abused, but what if she was hitting him? If she hits him and he had her ass back, that's what the hell she deserved. I don't think he was just walking up to her and beating her for no reason. And then, like I said, when I saw the video of how the guy was slapping this shit out of her, I'm like, nah, mm-mm. A nigga could never. Why is he slapping you in your face like that? You sucking his dick and he forcing his dick down your throat. No, no, that's not okay. That's not making love. I don't know what that shit was. I'm sorry. How do you feel about that? I mean, I get the freaky, kinky sex, but now you're not gonna be slapping me in my face.
I mean, that shouldn't be a component of her, abuse.
You can slap me on my ass, but why you slapping the bitch? Why you? I'm saying the bitch. Sorry. Why you slapping the female in her face? I'm sorry. So with that video, it made me realize, some people, and it's crazy because there are actual, emos, those people that like to cut themselves and bleed, and they actually enjoy that shit.
I don't think that's a emo.
I don't think she's an emo, but what you have to understand is, like, she's accusing this man of beating her. The way the guy was slapping her in the face in that video, I'm surprised he didn't fucking black her eye. The fuck? He was like, I don't even want to look. I don't honestly. I seen the videos and I purposely didn't save them because I didn't plan to share any of them. But if you guys are really interested, I'm sure you could probably go and find the videos. But it's something that makes me question, like, some people, honestly, the sad truth is some people like shit like that. Some people really, really like things like that and they won't admit it. But if he was beating her, he definitely was wrong. But at the same time, I don't feel he's a person who just got up every day and beat the girl for no reason. I'm sure they probably had arguments. I'm sure she probably was like, nigga, you're fucking oh yeah, he was like how she talked about his dick being smaller than the guy's. Oh, that's why your fucking dick little. Like, What you
Mm.
expect the guy to do?
But girls say that all the time.
But at the end of the day, it's like, why would you say it to a nigga that fucking done spent thousands of dollars on you?
It doesn't matter, girl. You
I mean, it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, it's like, why would you do that to him? Like, I don't like you fucking with his ego, saying, "Oh yeah, that's why your dick little, and that's why you got fucked in the ass." Huh? That's fighting words. You understand? To me, like
don't.
if I was younger, like I said, the one brother that didn't hit girls, he hit. Like one time, my sister. It's funny because my sister talks about this. She was fucking with him, like he was playing his game, and she hit him. She hit him. She know he don't normally hit her, but she kept hitting him. He kept hitting him, and then he slapped her ass, and she was like she wasn't expecting it because she was just thinking she could get away with murder. But at the end of the day, if you keep poking and shit, the shit gonna explode. Period. So that's when I'm like, imagine if it's a situation like that. What do you expect him to do? What if we actually seen videos and the time when he did punch her in the face or whatever, it was because she done hit him like 50 times before he even hit her one time. Like we don't know. We weren't there. We were not there. That's why I'm like, I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming her. But you know what he did do? He came out and he said, like, despite it all, he still loves her. Despite it all, he still cares for her. Despite it all. So I feel like at this point, even if they're not gonna be together, they both need to get counseling and find out what they need to do and what type of mental and emotional healing they need to do so that this way in the future they look at everything differently, they deal with shit differently, and they're not triggered as easily.
Mm.
Because clearly she was triggered. Honestly, I don't understand why she held on to those videos. Her and Major Hype was together. He proposed to her. Why do those videos still exist? They should have been deleted a long time ago. A
Of course,
long time
yeah,
ago. A
yeah,
long
yeah,
time ago.
yeah. That shouldn't have been ammo of him using that against you.
Like I said, even if he used it against her, those videos should not even have existed. You know why? Because you and him was in a committed relationship. Y'all was about to get married. You should have got rid of your past and been ready to start new and move forward with this man. Why are those videos still out there? What are you holding on to them for? I don't think my husband would approve of me having videos. My husband don't even like me having shit like that in my phone. Like even like if I like I don't he like I don't have no sex videos, but even like if I like how you try to take a cute picture, you send it to your man. My husband be like, delete that shit out your phone. I got it, delete it, because it's like I have kids. He's concerned about the kids. He want to make sure the kids ain't coming, because the kids play with my phone sometimes. He want to make sure that the kids ain't coming across this crazy shit. You understand? So he's
Mm-hmm.
saying I'm a mom, but why does it even exist still? You should have killed that shit a long time ago. Simply by going into every folder that is in and deleting that shit. Delete, delete, delete. She should have done that shit. Anyways, any additional opinions about
No, no.
Okay, I pulled some cards earlier. The first card that we have, it says, when I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace could not be disrupted. And then we have number 17, I am healthy. And I want y'all all to claim this, especially with COVID going around. We all need to claim our health right now. It says, I honor my body and I am grateful for the work it does for me. I nourish my body through self-care. I rest when I need to rest. I eat nourishing meals when I need to eat. And I exercise when I need to exercise. I am healthy. No, my ass ain't exercised in about a week. But I'm exercising tomorrow. 30 minutes a day, people. 30 minutes a day of physical activity. I don't do 30 minutes a day, but I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. Oh,
True.
you can dance
True.
for 30 minutes. So I do dance for about 30 minutes a day. I can honestly tell you that much. So I think I do exercise. Like I listen to music, and when I be listening to music, I be like, hey, hey. I love music and I love to dance. So I think I do actually get my exercise in one way or another. It's not, on purpose, but it happens. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I think that's all that we have for y'all tonight.
All right. Well, please come back next week. Oh, wait.
Yes. I'll be in Jamaica,
We might.
but I'll be in
Yeah.
Jamaica, but I'm gonna try my best to make sure that we could continue this because I would love to be in Jamaica and recording because you guys could see the view, you could see all the goats and the chickens and shit.
Oh, yes.
Because when I first go, I'm gonna be staying in the country. Country me, I go, nah. It's like it's not the city. Anyways, wish me luck, you guys.
Most definitely.
Yes, until next week.
All right. We will
Shall
see
we?
y'all next week. Stay black and be blessed and fuck the police.
Bye, y'all.